My name is Guzman, and this is my lab presentation project for my chemistry class. I'm going to be showing how to use a calorimeter. This calorimeter is a standard one made of styrofoam cups. It's two of the same size styrofoam cups, one inside of the other, with a slightly smaller styrofoam cup placed upside down on top. This makes it so that when you put the liquid into this second cup up top, the liquid's going to be fully protected by two layers of styrofoam on the bottom and this top layer on top. And on top of this cup is going to be a hole where our thermometer is going to go into to measure the temperature of the water. Before we start, we need to go over the proper PPE. First of all, you need to have full-length pants, and if not, an apron. If you have long hair, you want it to be tied up in a ponytail or a bun. Any dangling jewelry, you want to have it underneath your shirt. You're going to need a pair of goggles that can go over your entire eyes. And it's optional, but you probably want a pair of gloves as well. For this experiment, I have 5 grams of table salt, as well as I'm going to be measuring out 150 milliliters of water. You'd want to use deionized water, but unfortunately I don't have any, so this is going to be the closest that I can get to. I also don't have an accurate measure beaker. Again, this is the closest thing that I have, so this is what we're going to be using. First, put on the PPE. Make it nice and snug. Next, put on your gloves. First, we're going to be measuring out 150 milliliters of water. That's 150. Placing it into the calorimeter. Then we're going to place styrofoam cup on top, and we're going to measure the temperature of the water. You want to make sure that the thermometer is not touching the bottom of this second cup right here, otherwise you're going to be getting the temperature of the styrofoam and not the water itself. According to my thermometer, the water is 77 degrees Fahrenheit, which is around 29 degrees Celsius. Now, we go in with our 5 grams of table salt. Place the lid back. The thermometer. Give it a mix. Keeping it as steady as possible. And it was at 77 degrees Fahrenheit. It is dropped to 76. And that shows that adding salt to the water made the water actually get colder, which was an endothermic reaction. The heat was actually absorbed by the salt in the water, causing the water to get colder. And once you do that, to safely dispose of this, you simply pour it down the sink, as well as a good amount of water. is how you do an experiment using a calorimeter. Now, why would we use this? We use a calorimeter to measure the temperature change in chemical reactions, whether it be endothermic or exothermic. The temperature increases or decreases. What questions does it answer? The heat capacity and the heat transfer of a substance is what you can learn from this simple experiment. When would you use it? You use it to measure heat released or absorbed during a chemical or physical process, again, endothermic or exothermic. We actually use this in week 7 of the course during the heat effects lab, where we basically did the same thing just with different kinds of salts. It was it's useful for experiments with aqueous solutions, basically just anything dissolving a substance in water is an aqueous solution. And it's very useful in the industry by helping us find proper fuel efficiency and optimizing processes. And that'll be it.